Welcome, friends. I appreciate you joining us this morning at Our Sweet Home Life. As you know, it's about lunchtime, and it seems like that's all we do sometimes is cook, cook, and cook, and we need some simple, quick ideas. So I've kind of laid out my cooking hacks here that you can look at, and what I kind of try to keep in my pantry for cooking some quick meals. So I like these red beans and rice and the dirty rice and the beef and the jambalaya and the chicken because they're such quick meal starters. And then all you got to do is add maybe some spices, some vegetables to them, and you got a quick meal. So anyway, we're going to get started cooking some lunch here in just a minute. Okay, I was busy getting lunch ready, and I'm going to be using the red beans and rice. This makes such an easy lunch, and it's so delicious if you take your add some things to it like a sausage and onion, bell pepper, whatever you like. But I'm going to be adding some onion to mine and this beef smoked sausage, and that'll just make that delicious. So I'm going to be chopping this onion up. About got it all added up, but this was, I don't know, it's probably about a cup of onion I'm going to be adding to our dish. Okay, I dropped about half of it out on the counter, but as you can see, that's about a cup. So let me walk over here and get my oil hot. I'm going to be using some extra virgin olive oil in it. So let's start this out. Put some olive oil in here. Then I'm going to add some water to my pan. I think you use 2 cups of water according to the directions. So I'm going to add a couple of cups of water for the rice. Okay, turn that on. And you can just cook the rice and the sausage and the onion all together in the boiling water, but if you will take an extra step and brown your onion and your sausage in a skillet while this is boiling and then pour it in there, it adds more flavor. But if you don't have enough time to brown your sausage and your onion, you can always just boil it all together, and it's still good, but it's better if you kind of brown these up. So we're going to wait on this rice to boil, and while that's boiling, I'll be chopping up my sausage. Okay, we've got our sausage chopped up. See how nice it looks? And we have our cup of onion, and we're going to saute those. But I need to correct myself. It was 3 cups of water instead of 2 for this. You just need to read directions on whichever brand you purchase and see how much water. So mine's 3 cups of water. And also a couple of tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of butter in my water. Let that be boiling. And I'm going to go ahead and add my sausage and my onion to my oil. Hear that sizzle? That's going to add lots of flavor. Okay. This is going to be cooking up. And we're also going to cook some cornbread and some cabbage. So we'll be getting that chopped up while this is cooking. I'm chopping up the cabbage for us to have with our red beans and rice. And got the skillet in the oven heating for the cornbread. So we're well on our way to getting our lunch made. Okay, in this skillet we have some bacon grease along with some oil, just some corn oil. And I'm putting that cabbage in. I have some cut up here. And we're going to Let that sizzle for a minute, and then we'll put a little bit of water in it. Put some good black pepper. And a touch of salt. Yum, yum. Nothing but good, as Mama would say. And see how that's browning up? That's your flavor in there. That's all that good flavor we got going on. Okay, let's put our water back here. It's starting to boil up. And we'll put our rice box mix. Okay, it comes in a little packet like this. Just chop it up, top off. And so this has a little bit of butter in it, 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're just going to take that and stir it in there. And let it come back to a boil and cut it down and put our lid on it and let it cook for a few minutes. Let's take some of this and put in it. After that comes back to a boil. This browns up a little bit more. We'll let this brown a little bit more because that's where all of our flavor is. Okay, in the meantime, our cabbage is getting off to a good little start here. We have it on like a medium heat and letting it wilt down some. That bacon grease and the butter will add a lot of flavor to that. Okay. Okay, we're cooking our cabbage. It's looking good. So now we're going to stir this, check on it. It's looking good. I'm going to put it down a little bit. It's a little bit cooking a little bit fast. Put that down a little bit. So now we're going to stir up our cornbread. And what I have here is 2 cups of cornmeal. I have an egg. And some good old buttermilk. I had never seen any come in a container like that, but we bought that at Aldi's. Okay, so I'm going to just stir that up until I get the right consistency. Not sure how much. I really don't ever measure. I just put it in a bowl and eyeball it. And we can see that it's still thick. So we don't want it that thick. Okay. Still a little bit thick, so we're going to pour a little bit more buttermilk. You want it thicker than pancake batter, but not real thick. And our skillet has been heating in the oven with a little bit of oil. So it should be good and hot to pour this cornbread in.
If I don't have any milk, what do I put in it?
If you don't have buttermilk, you can use regular milk and put you about a half a cup of mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
And 1 egg. And that will work if you don't have the buttermilk. And Mark Mojo had asked me to put a spoon of sugar in it. I
Just
usually
a
don't
little
do
bit.
that, but we're going to try a spoon of sugar.
Just a scant teaspoon.
A teaspoon. About that much?
No, that's too much.
That's too
Yeah,
much.
just that much.
That much.
There you go.
Just a touch.
Just a scant little bit there.
So we're going to see how that works.
I'd say just a level teaspoon.
Okay, we got that stirred in good.
Okay.
So our skillet's hot, so we're going to take it out. Yes.
We turned our oven up to 400 degrees. We heated all in the skillet in the oven and let it all
You hear
heat
that?
up.
That's what you want.
That's
that
what you want.
Because you want it to be good and brown on bottom.
That creates that nice thick crust.
Crispy.
And a lot of people put their oil in their batter. If you would reserve that oil for the crust, that would be much better.
There
See
you
how it's
go.
kind of like frying in the skillet?
Then we're gonna put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. And we should have some good cornbread.
On the top shelf, Glenda?
On the top shelf.
Well, let me see where you got it, where people will know. It's about the middle of the oven, and that's important too.
It is.
Okay, how long you say, Glenda?
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes or until it's golden brown.
Right. We'll check on it in about 20.
See you later in 20 minutes.
Yes. That's what you want. That is some delicious flavor going on there. Just add a little bit more of that water. Not much. That is creating some good flavor. You may ask what this little bowl's for, and this is about our compost. I put the onion, what do you call it, wrapper that's in an onion, the outer shells of an onion.
Peel.
The onion peel, that's what the word is. And cabbage, the outer peels of the cabbage in this little bowl to put in the compost pile. So every time I cook, I'll use the fresh vegetables to put into the compost pile to build up our soil. So we'll be taking that out.
Also, we use eggshells. They're good too. They put a lot of calcium, I think it is, in the ground and in your soil.
Yeah, the eggshell from the cornbread is actually in the bottom, so you can't see it. But yes, there is an eggshell in there.
Nothing but good, Mama.
Nothing but good, Mama would say. Okay. We're going to check on our cornbread. Oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful cornbread. Doesn't that look delicious? Well, let's see if we can turn it out here on this plate. I first go around the edges with a knife and kind of lift it up. It looks like it's going to be perfect in this cast iron skillet. Uh-oh. We have a very sensitive smoke alarm.
Don't be alarmed.
No fire.
Don't be alarmed. It's just us cooking.
Okay, there's our perfect cornbread, and we're going to take it and slice it up. You hear that crunch? That's what you want.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, perfect cornbread. Okay.
Southern style, as we say.
Yes, nothing but good.
Nothing but good.
Okay, so we have our lunch here. Here's our beautiful cabbage I kind of browned up.
Oh, yeah.
That brown to me is what makes it delicious.
Look and go.
And our red beans and rice. And then we have our lovely cornbread.
And don't forget our pickles.
Yes. And
What are these, Glenda? Bread and butter here?
bread and butter, deals.
Deals. Some she purchased, but we made the others right here in
Yes.
our little kitchen.
So we're going to try these. These are stuffed red sweet peppers. Never tried them before, but we're going to give them a try today with our cabbage and red beans and rice. So let's serve it up.
Stick around. We may give you a recipe on our famous pickles that everybody loves. It'll be a little while though, so wait patiently and stick with us.
Yes, help us build our channel. We need you.
We need you really badly.
Okay, and here is some lovely cabbage.
Nothing but good.
Southern style. Cooked down to the pan, to the skillet.
Ooh-wee, look at that.
With some
That is
bacon grease.
Southern goodness.
That's the way Southerners cook their cabbage, brown.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh,
So you
that's
may
good.
want to try some and see if you like the Southern style cabbage.
Yes, yes, yes. Looking good. Well, looks like she's got it together here again. Sweetheart, you just wonderful.
Yes.
Marriage tip for the day. And my one tip today would be always share. Sharing your successes with your significant other. Sharing your failures. Sharing the goals that you want to succeed, your hopes and dreams. and share on those personal things that you would share with nobody else. That is the best marriage advice I think I have.
Yes, but they share your future and your goals. Make sure you're on the same page and you're working together as one. That's what Mark and I have always done, and we've been married almost 48 years. Take a bite and see what you think.
Oh. Ooh.
What about this cabbage?
That is nothing but good.
Come back and join us. Thank you.
Don't forget our Sweet Home Life. Share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
Well, we're done eating our good lunch, and the pepper I told you we had never ate before was outstanding. I love sweet pepper and I love cheese, and so this was excellent for me. It wasn't hot at all. It's just a sweet red pepper with goat cheese in it. And then the cornbread, I add a little bit of sugar in it, and I don't generally do that, and it was really, really good too.
Really good.
And also the red beans and rice was delicious, and the cabbage. So we had a delicious lunch.
Just getting this to where you can see what we bought. You can see it on there, but yeah, these were good.
They were really good. And then that's the pickles that I had made, sweet and dill, the bread and butter
Bread and butter, and then we made some
dill.
dill pickles, and we also made some tangy sweet pickles.
We did. Some
And those were
spicy.
really good.
We'll be getting back with you later on those recipes, and we appreciate you joining us today, and look forward to seeing you next time. Mama said, nothing but good.